Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today is day 7 of 12 days of Jenna's faves, and today's video is super exciting because I've seen a lot of creators do their own take on this in some capacity, and I thought this was always a great video idea, so thank you to the lovely creators for doing this before me. But the absolute best product from each brand at Sephora is something that I have been delaying doing because it's so hard to choose. Sometimes from some of your favorite brands, like one best product. Today's video is going to be part 1 of this because there's so many brands. So if you are a fan, definitely give me a thumbs up on this video and I will continue to do them and include more brands as we go. So the first brand I'm going to be talking about is Giorgio Armani, or Armani Beauty. This one was an easy one for me. Right off the jump, I knew which one was going to be the best product of this brand. You guys probably already know, but this is one of my favorite foundations of all time and the best product from Armani. I do think that if you are looking at trying this brand out, you will not be disappointed by this foundation. This is the Luminous Silk Foundation. The shade I have here is number 5. This is a gorgeous foundation and it's award-winning. There's people that use this on celebrities. Even all of the foundations that come and go and all of the new releases, this one stays as a classic because it's so well performing. A beautiful slight glow to the skin, medium coverage, has that really lovely blendability. So you can build it up in places where you want fuller coverage. Gorgeous packaging with this. There's a pump applicator, a glass base. So lovely. It feels like nothing on the skin. It just makes your skin look better and feels nearly weightless. Perfect foundation for someone that wants something that just looks and feels effortless on the skin. I'm going to also mix in some hair care and skincare and fragrance. All the Sephora brands basically are on the table for these types of videos. So next we have Glow Recipe, which has also been getting a ton of buzz lately. It's getting more and more popular as they go. And this by far is my favorite. This is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Fine Mist. This is a gorgeous setting spray. Now I know that it is meant for skincare as well as setting your makeup, but I just use this for setting my makeup. This is ultra fine. It's like the finest spray I have seen on the market when it comes to setting spray. So you can actually just set a cheek and another cheek and not have to overflow into other areas of the skin. My friend Mel and I used to love talking about this product, so it's also become very sentimental to me, but this is one of my favorites. I've had at least 4 bottles of this, and this is definitely a standout in Glow Recipe's skincare range, at least in my opinion. I really think this is the absolute best product from the brand. Keeps your skin and your makeup hydrated, gives you that slight radiance, just looks perfect and makes my makeup look perfect for such a long time. The next brand I want to talk about is Dior. Dior was so hard. Like, can I just say I was like, oh my goodness. There's like 5 products that are shouting out at me. How am I going to pick one? Like, so impossible, can I just say? Like the luminizing highlights, beautiful. The glosses, like I knew when I thought about this one that this was slightly edging over everything else. This is the Dior Backstage Highlighting Palette, has to be number 1. I think too because this brings a form of uniqueness to Dior that I haven't seen a lot of other brands duplicate. This is the shade Universal. It's still available, but they've done limited edition like quads in the past. So I have a couple of these as well that I really love, these other 2. So this one is called Rose Gold, right here in my hand here, and this one is called Glitz. The reason why these stand out, in my opinion, is they offer glow with different textures. So you can have much more glittery combinations. You can have more seamless gleam with these. You can add shimmer to eyes with these, not just cheek and complexion. So this is lovely. Like, I love using all of these for totally different reasons. The one over here is definitely more so for eyes, but I love the other 3 for highlight, for blush, to illuminate the skin in such a gorgeous way. So this is definitely, oh, it was so hard to pick, but this one has edged up over my other favorites. The Dior Backstage Glow Palettes, I think, is the absolute best product from Dior. I want to talk about a very popular sunscreen brand that is at Sephora, and it's called Supergoop. I've been actually asked a ton as to which sunscreen is your favorite, and it's very difficult to tell you because they have a combination of chemical sunscreens, they have physical sunscreens, they have tons of different, like they have lotions, they have gel ones, powders, etc. So I knew I had to pick one that if I could just recommend one of their sunscreens, which one is my absolute favorite? This is the one. This is the Unseen sunscreen from Supergoop. My favorite. It is a chemical sunscreen, but it has that gorgeous, like gel-like silicone-y kind of feel. So you just layer it under all sorts of bases and it looks perfect. I love this one also for carrying in a beach bag and applying to the skin. You don't have to worry about it looking streaky or whatever because it's like clear, see-through basically, and like a gel consistency. So you apply it onto the skin and you know you don't have like streaks or whatever all over your face. This has an SPF of 40, and I do think this is also their top selling sunscreen, if I'm not mistaken. It's water and sweat resistant, my absolute favorite sunscreen, and in my opinion, the absolute best from Supergoop. Next, we have Fenty Beauty by Rihanna. This one was a little bit easier for me. The absolute best product from Fenty has got to be her gloss bombs. I really love her gloss bombs because they're just that really luscious, juicy lip gloss type formula. I love that there's a lot of pigment on these and there's a ton of shine. So this is called Fussy and it's really beautiful. I'll show you guys here. It's super smoothing. It's about medium coverage for the opacity, but you can see all the light just bounce off of that. It is so juicy looking. Like it makes your lips look like plumped up and hydrated and like amazing. This does have like a sweet kind of smell to it, just kind of a heads up, but these are absolutely gorgeous. So I love the gloss bombs over the cream gloss bombs. I still think those are okay, but the original OG is my favorite. Definitely the absolute best from Fenty Beauty. There's quite a range now that she's developed because people have just been loving on them. And I keep these in my purse all the time and I get a ton of compliments when I do wear them. Let's talk about one of my favorite fragrance brands from Sephora. This was also such an easy one. I'm talking about Jo Malone London. They have lovely, ultra luxurious fragrances, and my absolute favorite is the Nectarine Blossom and Honey. So you can see this is well loved. There's probably, I would say 25% missing, almost a third now. This is probably my third or fourth bottle of this. It's a beautiful, fruity, sweet, like gorgeous, everyday friendly fragrance. So unbelievably beautiful. I love the nectarine like sweetness to it, but also that undertone of honey. It's so comforting. It's very like fresh. It's just such an effortless smell that I find myself always grabbing. So this one is definitely one of their best sellers as well. I don't think it's the best seller. I think the best seller is Wood Sage and Sea Salt, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe English Pear and Freesia, but I love this one the most. This is definitely, if you love those like fruity, floral or fruity fresh type smells, nothing too warm or heavy or spicy. This is definitely safe. It's one of those ones that I think many people will love off the jump. Definitely the absolute best fragrance from Jo Malone London. I want to talk about Makeup Forever, which was a little bit tougher for me because if this was literally like 2 years ago and I was doing this video, I would tell you that this was their best product of all time. This is the Ultra HD foundation from Makeup Forever, but this is now discontinued. They have replaced it with the HD Skin, which is still pretty good, but it's not my favorite compared to the Ultra HD. Ugh, just heartbreaking. I don't think what they've replaced it with is completely terrible, but I do think it's not quite what this used to be. So I'm not going to pick this as the absolute best because you can't even get it anymore. So I was thinking like the lip liners or the primers. And I picked the primer. The primers from Makeup Forever are surprisingly beautiful. I don't think these get a ton of hype, but this is one that boosts and primes your skin with hydration like I've never seen. So I honestly think it's like this secret with Makeup Forever that they have these really solid, strong primers. I definitely think it's the absolute best from the brand. So like I said, this is the Hydra Booster. This has 24-hour hydration. It is super lovely. You can see this one has like a clear, almost slightly pink undertone to it. Has like a little bit of a smell, but when you actually massage it in the skin, it just softens and smooths the skin super well. I love that it has this very gorgeous glow, but it just perfects the skin perfectly for a base. I'm actually surprised that I'm saying this as the top for Makeup Forever, but maybe it's also because I haven't tried extensively their line yet. So I've tried very few from this brand. So I'll keep you guys posted if this changes in the next little while, but for right now, I do think for myself, based on my experience, the primers are a secret sauce in the game and definitely the absolute best from Makeup Forever. I want to talk about Briogeo next, which is a hair care brand at Sephora. This one was also very easy for me to do. I really love the Scalp Revival shampoo, definitely one of my favorites. I also love a ton of their masks, but this is by far the best product for sure from Briogeo. This is the Don't Despair Repair hair mask. Once again, I've picked up at least 10 of these over the years. This makes your hair feel so smooth, it's stupid. It's like luxurious and like smoothing. Oof, it's such an experience in the shower, honestly. You need to try it, absolutely. So this is a fresh one for me. I did pick up the set from Sephora because they always do a lovely set over the holidays. And this is, ooh, I can already smell it. It smells like the almond oil, the sweet almond oil right off the jump. So thick, but like not buttery. It's got still quite a bit of that smoothness to it and still like a medium consistency. I wouldn't say it's a super rich cream, but it does offer a deep conditioning without the harsh sulfates, without silicone. So it's really, really nice. And it smells incredible. Often I am getting my hairstylist over the years being like, what the heck? Like, why is your hair so smooth after using this? I'm telling you, it's the secret. No longer a secret, it's a bestseller and really helps to repair any damage from dye, from heat, just perfect for your hair. A brand that's newer to me that hasn't been at Sephora for too long is Merit Beauty, at least in my opinion. I haven't seen it around like for years and years and years. It's definitely one that's been creeping up my favorites list, and this was a bit of a tougher one to pick the absolute best product. Like when I think of Merit, I really, really love their glow serum, their blushes, their highlight stick. I'm like, oof, which one is gonna be like the ultimate best? And I would say this is the ultimate best. These are the signature lipsticks from Merit. Not only do they have this gorgeous everyday nude range, which I think is beautiful for work, for glam, for you name it. It's like your lips, but better shades. It's got this gorgeous creamy satin finish, and the packaging is beautiful. I'm obsessed with this. I think they're creamy. I think they're hydrating. I think they're making your lips look perfect. A little bit of shine, but not overkill. It's almost like when people ask me what I'm wearing, they know it's lipstick, but it's just that little extra, you know, like making your lips look a little bit more. Nothing too crazy, shiny or anything, but perfect amount of hydration. Love that satin finish. I love their range. I think it's stunning. I'm going to show you guys two of these shades here. Slip is more nude and kind of like brown. So these are the two shades here. So, so beautiful. They layer gorgeously. So if you do find that they're fading, you can reapply it and it won't look clumpy or gross. It's such a well-performing product from Merit. And if you're looking to try one thing from the brand, you will not be disappointed with the lipsticks. This is their absolute best product. Another brand that was really, really hard to decide what was the number one is Tom Ford Beauty. I have to put like an asterisk over this top because it's definitely their top performing product, but you gotta be careful because they're not all made equally. So this is what I'm talking about. Their top product, in my opinion, although very difficult to decide, is the eyeshadow palettes in the wet dry formulation. Now, the reason why I have a star, an asterisk, is because you need to make damn sure what you're buying is the actual wet dry formula, because he has experimented lately with some newer releases that have not been so good, like the Bitter Peach Quad, absolutely not. The Soleil Neige line, absolutely not. Get the classic quads. Those are the ones that have the beautiful wet dry formula. One of them is Honeymoon, which is my favorite. So beautiful. This is a lovely, well-performing product. The versatility of these shades is beautiful. You can do a gold and pink, gold and purple, gold and light brown. You can mix them all together for a beautiful look with multi-dimension. They just make your eyes look beautiful. You can see the soft, gorgeous shades there. There's a little bit of like a gleam to them almost, and that makes it like that versatility of that wet dry. So you can use this wet or dry. kind of the whole point of that formulation. I love the packaging of the quads as well. They're super beautiful with that nice gold bar. We do have all the information on the back here, the Tom Ford Honeymoon palette. Such a beautiful one. Nude Dip is a beautiful one as well. I did show you this silver palette. I don't think this one's available anymore, so I'm scared. But this one is also a gorgeous, gorgeous palette. This one is called Metal Lust by Tom Ford. I don't believe that the formulation is the exact wet dry, but it is a super strong formulation still. So this one is also a gorgeous quad. So in my opinion, I do think his eyeshadow palettes are his best work, but I do think that you need to find creators that you trust that review high-end makeup before you invest in one of those quads, because there's a chance you could pick the one that's not as well performing. So make sure that you find someone like myself. Hey, shameless plug. I will always tell you the truth on these quads, but they're not all made equal, which is why you got to put a star by this. The Tom Ford eyeshadow palettes, when he does do a great job, is the absolute best from the line. Want to include one more hair care brand. This one is Amika. I really love this brand because of the fun packaging, bright colors, groovy, like flowers and stuff. It reminds me of like 70s vibes. And this is by far the best product from the line. It is the Soul Food Nurturing Mask. You can see here what I mean by the groovy kind of branding. I love the flower, all the bright colors. This one compared to Briogeo is much more of a buttery, thicker consistency, so a little goes a long way with this. This one just smells super incredible, and when I do use this, I do use it from like midway my hair down. I do not put it at the roots. This is rich, this is luxurious. It does have a concentration to it that you don't have to layer and layer. So it is possible to put too much on and then feel like it's a little bit weighed down in your hair, but that's only because you've way over applied. Just a little bit goes a long way. It really hydrates well and nourishes the hair well. And this does make my hair shiny and healthy and keep it healthy because I do color treat my hair. So this one as well, I think is the absolute best from Amika. And I love a lot of their masks, but this one is definitely the absolute best. The last brand we're going to be talking about in today's video is Charlotte Tilbury. This was also an excruciating choice, I have to tell you, because Charlotte Tilbury is probably my favorite brand of all time. So many things have worked well for me that I'm like, what the heck am I going to recommend to you guys? That's going to be the absolute best. Whew. Goodness, talk about a struggle. Right? In my opinion, the absolute best from Charlotte Tilbury. I mean, there's a great foundation, there's great powders. Everything is consistently very, very strong that I've talked about. And of course, there's duds in the line because all lines have duds, in my opinion. But this one is gorgeous and it has to be the absolute best. Is her beauty ones. Oh, I love these, you guys. I love the blush one, the contour one, the highlight ones, you name it, and I have so many. So, I love the Spotlight one. It is so beautiful. I'm going to swatch all of them so you can see. All of these are cream products. They have sponge tip applicators, so they're very easy to use on the face. You have to turn it off and on, make sure you do. The only downside of this is I would not travel, period, with these if you're in a plane. Not if you are on the road, obviously that's fine, but in the plane, I've honestly heard horror stories that they explode, so I would rather travel with her powder products, which are equally as strong, but just not my absolute best favorite, right? So I love the highlight. This is the highlight here. It's so beautiful, look at that. And then the blushes I love, so I love Pinkgasm, this is this one. And then Peachgasm, also a lovely one. I'm going to swatch that beside. And the last one is Pillow Talk. This one's more so like a highlight, actually. Here's all of them swatched for you so you can see. So Spotlight, then we have Pinkgasm, Peachgasm. We have Pillow Talk there, which is basically a highlight with a bit of a pink undertone. And the contour. These are great. She always has these in nice combos on her site, especially around Christmas time. I love these and I think they're incredible. So it was extremely hard for this brand to find what my absolute favorite was. Like absolutely, because there's so many strong products. But I do think that the absolute best are the wands. I think they're amazing. Now, speaking of Charlotte Tilbury is going to be the giveaway prize theme for day 7 of the 12 days of Jenna's Faves. So I think for today, in order to enter, subscribe to my channel, of course, leave me a comment with your absolute best Charlotte Tilbury product, specifically Charlotte Tilbury. I'm very curious. It's very hard to choose. Let's start off nice and strong with actually one of the products I was kind of contemplating as her absolute best. But of course, in my opinion, her beauty wands are her absolute best. But I think you guys need to win the Magic Cream. So this is the large size of the Magic Cream. I'm not going to open it up from the package, so we'll keep it nice and fresh. But I will quickly show you the size of it. So here is the size you're going to be getting. This is beautiful as skincare, but in my opinion, it's a rock star primer. So I love her Magic Cream. This is going to be part of the prize. Next, we have a full size of her Airbrush Setting Spray. This is also a bestseller from her and definitely a lovely setting spray. So once again, being very careful, extremely careful. I'll show you guys. This is the full size that the winner will be getting. I think one of these sells every minute at Sephora or something crazy. I'm telling you, a lot of her brand does exceptionally well and is very high quality. So this is the second part of the prize, a full size of the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Gives you that gorgeous luminosity to the skin, sets your makeup beautifully. We do have the Exaggerize eyeliner duo. This is lovely. I had to include this as well. So this one is the For Bigger, Brighter Eyes eyeliner. There's a matte shade and a metallic side, so it's a dual-ended, super beautiful. So you can actually line the top of your eyes with this side and then like the inner corner or your waterline with this or the bottom lid. It is gorgeous. I'm not going to swatch it. This is not mine. But this is also part of the prize. And then of course, how can I go on and on about her beauty wands and not include some? That would be kind of silly, wouldn't it? So here we have 2 beauty wands in full size for the winner. We have Pinkasm Blush and we have the Spotlight Highlight. This is going to be the final 2 pieces of the Charlotte Tilbury themed prize. This one is also international because I will be sending this one to the winner. Good luck. I'm super excited for one of you guys to win. Once again, I've got my elf here to say goodbye, but thank you so much for watching today's video. Good luck on today's giveaway, and we will chat soon. Bye, guys.